Hi everyone, today I want to show you a mini album that I made. I made it for a wonderful lady here on YouTube. Her name is Linda. We decided to do a swap and we didn't tell each other what we want. We decided to make an album in our own style. And we also decided not to have a time limit because it was before the holidays that we messaged each other, so we really both wanted to take the time to create an album. So here's my mini album. I used Sweet Nothings paper collection from Kaisercraft. Gorgeous papers, and yeah, I really like how it came out. I'll turn it around first. I used some mulberry paper for the spine. I've had it in my stash for I think about 5 years or so, and it was red, so I painted it with acrylic paint and then used some stickles to decorate it. I made my own box pleated trim again, and I lined it with some golden braid trim. I made a little charm here. I used some seam binding and I dyed it with my distress ink. I made a little book with her initial. I saw this on Anna's YouTube channel. She made a little book as a charm and I really liked that idea, so thank you Anna for the inspiration. And here's a bird cage and a little crown, and I really like this one. I punched out a little circle from the paper from the collection, and then I used my glossy accents to make it look like a little medallion. I also have a coin here and some glass pearl beads. So I really like how that came out. I used a dress form die from Tim Holtz, just like I did with my black and white mini album, and I made some box pleated trims to decorate it. I also made this butterfly and also made these two butterflies. Kelly from Creative Kelly from Kelly has tutorials on how to make these butterflies and these ones. I made a stick pin, and here's a crochet flower that I made. This is a gardenia from Wild Orchid Crafts. I made a spray here. Let me see. These are some roses that I made myself, just like these two tiny ones, and the blue and the pink one up there. The cream roses are from Wild Orchid Crafts, and these two blue flowers are from Magnolia. And this little frame was originally black, so I painted it with golden acrylic paint, and I used some brown ink to make it look a little bit more antique. And here we have the first page. I made another dress form and I made a fabric flower here. All the box pleated trims in this album I made myself, and I created a little envelope here. This is a die cut from the collection. I stamped the back. This is also a die cut from the collection. And here I used an image and I put glossy accents on the wings and stickles on the flowers. And the next page I used my vintage cabinet card die from Tim Holtz, the big one and the small one, to create this window. I put some acetate between two layers, and I also made this butterfly. I made some crochet flowers, and here's another stick pin and a gardenia from Wild Orchid Crafts. I made a floral bead spray again, and here's also a crochet flower I made. And behind the window I made a tag. I did some embossing here and some stamping on the back for journaling. And every page is a pocket. I made the pages myself because we don't have envelopes in the right size, 6 by 9 or 6 by 6 here. So I made the pockets myself. Also a crochet flower here in the corner. And the pockets all hold tags, or a large photo mat I should say. I used my Fiskars heart punch to punch these hearts out. I saw this idea on Sue's channel. She used the hearts as tag toppers in her Valentine mini album, and I really liked that idea, so I was a copycat here. Thanks for the inspiration, Sue. Just stamped the back with the Bo Bunny cherub stamp. I stamped a little butterfly on the back. Oops. Onto the next page. I made some box pleated trim again. I made an acetate pocket, and it holds this little tag. It's also a die cut from the collection. Here's a photo frame, and I've glued some butterflies, Martha Stewart butterflies, on the acetate. And here's a little, what should I call it? This is a little photo mat, and this pocket, little pocket, contains a coin envelope. This is also a die cut from the collection. I used some glossy accent, some room for journaling. On to the next page. I made some butterflies. I also made this little fence, picket fence. These are some little forks for tapas. I don't know how you call it in English, but we call them tapas, little tapas forks. And I made a fence, and I glued that on acetate to make a pocket. I made a floral bead spray again, and this pocket holds a little book that I made. She can use it as a journal if she likes. These corners are made with a Spellbinders die. I hand stitched the edges here, and of course put her name here and use some glossy accents. And I made her a journal. And this also holds a large photo mat. I did some stamping on the back. And the next page I made a little butterfly again and some box pleated trim. This is the first time that I made acetate pockets, but because I like the paper line so much and I didn't want to cover up all the beautiful patterned papers, I thought I made some acetate pockets. I've seen it on many other mini albums and I really like the idea. This pocket holds a few tags. This is a little booklet that I made. I made a crochet flower, some room for journaling or photos, and this is a larger tag. I thought it would be very nice to decorate it with homemade flowers. These flowers are made of satin ribbon. Arlene from My Butterfly Kisses 12 has a tutorial on how to make these wonderful flowers, and the fabric flower. I didn't do anything on the back here. Oh. And here we have the next page. I saw this on Laurie's YouTube channel. Clip and Girl is her YouTube name. She has awesome tutorials for pocket pages and it's absolutely amazing. So I saw this one. I was a little bit out of inspiration for this page, and for some reason I came across her tutorial and I thought this is the perfect solution for this page. So I used a flower from Sa Crafter's rosette trim, and this is a Wild Orchid Crafts flower and a little crochet flower I made myself. And this is a pocket that holds a tag. I did some embossing here with the stamps from Tim Holtz. This is also another Tim Holtz stamp. Really love the dress form stamp. And then this opens up like this. And oh no, I'm doing it the wrong way, I'm sorry. This holds a little tag, and this flips up. I made two pockets here with two tiny tags. I did some embossing. This is the same little tag, and then you can open it like this, and this holds another tag. This is canvas. So I really like this idea. It's just made out of one envelope and the tutorial is awesome. So thank you for the inspiration, Laurie. This one also holds a large photo mat. I made a pocket here. This is also a die cut from the collection. Here we have the next page. I saw this idea for the accordion pocket at Kelly's YouTube, Creative Kelly from Cali. She used this in several of her beautiful mini albums and also in a box she altered. So I figured I would incorporate this in my mini. So I made some box pleated trim again and a fabric flower. I made these little sprays, I should say, and I made a crochet flower again, glued some lace behind, and you can open this up, and each pocket has a photo mat, and I used the Tim Holtz on the edge die to create this shape, so lots of room for photos and journaling. I really liked creating this one. And here we have the next page, a flower from Crafter's trim. I made some crochet flowers and used some lace at the bottom and the top, and flatback pearl trim from Crafters. Here we have another photo mat die cut from the collection. I used some glossy accents again. Love the paper. And here's another large photo mat. Did some stamping and embossing. The edges of all the pages are distressed with distress ink and golden acrylic paint. Here we have the next page. I saw a tutorial on Crafters channel. She has awesome tutorials, but I'm sure you all already know. She has a tutorial on how to make this brick wall out of cereal boxes, so that's what I did. And with the wall I created a pocket, and I didn't have green wire, so what I did is I cut some small stripes of green cardstock and sprayed it with water, and then I started twisting it, and you can create all kinds of shapes, so I thought it would be nice to make two swirls and make some leaves, and then I added the flowers, and I think it came out pretty cute. So this is a little tag with some lace at the top, and here's another one with a homemade butterfly. Some journaling spots, a journaling spot on the back. I made these corners with my Spellbinders die. And here, excuse me, here we have the last page. Some box pleated trim again, and two crochet flowers, and I made this envelope. I took an envelope I had and I took it apart very carefully, and I used it as a template. This is from the collection as well. And I made a little tag inside, stamped it with some Ranger ink, brown Ranger ink. And there's another tag inside the pocket. I used my mother's Stewart punch and I used glossy accents. Some room for journaling. So, and here's the back. I still have to, I don't have a personal stamp, but I will put my signature here so she will know it's actually made by me. I hope she likes this mini album. I had a lot of fun creating it. I was thinking about her all the time, and it was so funny because she made a favorites list also for 2011, and she showed that one of her favorites is the paper pad from Kaisercraft, the Sweet Nothings. So I hope she will like this mini album, and I hope you will like it too. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.